The Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion has in the past week observed the ongoing EndSARS protests and wishes to express its solidarity with the courageous young people of this country who have been peacefully protesting police brutality, impunity, and injustice, which has been meted out to the citizens of this nation. This demonstration has been going on in several cities of Nigeria. The undeniable tales of untold brutality and atrocities alleged committed by the particular unit of the Nigerian police force, which have come to light, must be thoroughly investigated and the culprits made to face the due process of law, which they callously denied their helpless victims. The Church of Nigeria cannot be silent in the midst of such credible reports of widespread abuse of power and oppressions of citizens, especially by those empowered by the state and under our law to protect citizens' rights, lives, and property. While commending its prompt action in disbanding the SARS unit, the federal government must resist the temptation to immediately replace SARS with another unit by whatever name, without first fully assimilating the demands on behalf of the countless victims of police brutality and addressing the issues of gross abuse of power and privilege, violation of human rights, and the consequent youth frustration and anger, highlighted through the ongoing EndSARS, EndSWAT protests. The government must also urgently address the neglect and abject conditions of service of the Nigerian police force as a whole through immediate and holistic reforms. As a church and as Nigerian citizens of all faiths, we have a responsibility to help reshape our nation. The end SARS cry against those who perpetrated and perpetuate injustice by spilling innocent blood on our land is a passionate appeal for the enforcement of the rule of law that government should embrace. We therefore pray for wisdom for our political leaders at all levels to explore peaceful and non-violent means to contain the crisis and bring an end to impunity and injustice in all its forms and ramifications in Nigeria. We pray also for our youth generally, and especially for all those participating in the protests at this time, to remain peaceful and law-abiding, and that God will give them wisdom and calmness of spirit to focus on realizing the change in our country which they are questing for. And I believe that they are speaking for a good majority of Nigerians. I think that will be the way out now. But for us to put up a defensive face and say, what you have requested, we have granted, we will be deceiving ourselves. These are frustrated young people who have no future that they can hold on to. And in fact, right now, I'm telling you that some of us are better off than our children. You will see a father who may even be approaching retirement while his 5 or 4 sons and daughters are still with him in his house. He's still feeding them. He has finished training them. And those young people are desperate to get something done. And they have an avenue of venting their anger or their frustration, not against any particular party or individual, but against the whole system. And look, we are sitting on the keg of gunpowder, so that it will not metamorphose. These are talented young men who are capable of thinking and who are capable of engaging. So I think for you to say they have met all their distance, I'm telling you it is not true. How many people have been prosecuted? How many people have been put in prison or sentenced to death? So we are just beginning. We are just at the beginning of this whole issue, because you will find out that they are now expanding the demand. Some areas are demanding that the IG should resign. Others are calling for complete overhaul of the police force. Others are now complaining of the terrible state of education in the nation. Some are now demanding for roads. Some are now openly demanding for employment. So it is going to open up more and more. So, but the earlier we begin to engage them constructively, so we are dealing with fundamental issues, and these issues are issues that have to do with the future of our young people and this nation. I will plead with the young people. These are issues that may not be dealt with a swing of a biro. I will plead with them for understanding. Having pressed the issue for now, let them also give the government opportunity to go home, go back to the drawing board, and within some few months bring out a response. For now, they have all it takes to express themselves, which they have done. But let us also pursue peace, because what they are saying also concerns me and you. So I will plead with them to also give the government some time. Apart from looking for an immediate answer to these issues, we must begin to work for a long-term solution. If politics is a process of distributing and redistributing resources and wealth of the nation, and making sure that the citizens of Nigeria have a good deal out of the political and democratic process, which we normally call the dividends of democracy. If that be what politics is, I will encourage the young people, the talented, energetic young people. Because when you meet any Nigerian youth outside of Nigeria, you will know that Nigerians are very industrious. The same people that break records in academia, in commerce, in technology outside of Nigeria, they are the same people that we are facing now. We are greatly endowed. Therefore, I will encourage the youth to channel this energy into political statement. What do I mean? Let them get involved in the political and democratic process of this nation. There is no way they can change the system from outside. Systems are better changed democratically from within. And so, we will encourage them, because if what I saw in the street will come out and identify a young person or young people or progressive candidates in the coming election and not be the recycling of the people who had always been there, I think that this population I see on the street can bring about a credible democratic change without any harm being done to our economy or to the life and property of anybody. But the way we are going now, the tendency is that the government may want to look for shortcuts, easy and quick solutions, and which may lead to more bloodshed or frustration. And where that is done, Nigeria will lose its credibility in the United Nations and in the global arena. So, just as our president intervening in Mali, where there was a military coup, and he was able to diplomatically solve that problem, I believe that we have all it takes to also look at our own issues and deal with them. Just as we have helped Mali, you know, their youth were also demonstrating like this. And our president was able to bring order there and change the government to a democratic one. Why can't we employ the same to listen to our people and democratically and peacefully resolve it? And I believe the government has all it takes to make sure that this is handled so constructively that as we helped Mali, we can also help in this situation.